Everyone has unique talents, abilities, and potential. Success begins when you stop doubting yourself and start trusting the strength that already exists within you. Self-belief gives you the courage to take action even when the outcome is uncertain. Success begins the moment you recognize that there is something powerful inside you. Every person is born with unique abilities, talents, and strengths, yet many people spend their lives comparing themselves to others and questioning their own worth. When you constantly compare your journey to someone else's, you overlook the gifts and potential that make you special. Believing in yourself means accepting who you are while continuing to grow into who you can become. There will be times when people doubt you, criticize your dreams, or tell you that your goals are unrealistic. Some may judge you based on your past mistakes, your current circumstances, or the limitations they see. However, their opinions do not determine your future. What truly matters is the belief you have in your own abilities. The greatest achievements in history were accomplished by people who trusted themselves even when nobody else did. Self-belief is not about thinking you are perfect. It is about understanding that you are capable of learning, improving, and overcoming challenges. Every skill you admire in someone else was developed through practice, patience, and persistence. Nobody starts at the top. The difference between those who succeed and those who give up is often the willingness to trust the process and keep moving forward. When you believe in yourself, you approach challenges differently. Instead of seeing obstacles as barriers, you see them as opportunities to grow stronger. Instead of focusing on what could go wrong, you focus on what is possible. This mindset allows you to take risks, embrace new opportunities, and continue pursuing your goals even when the path becomes difficult. Your confidence grows every time you keep a promise. Eat to yourself, take action despite uncertainty, and refuse to let fear control your decisions. The more you trust your abilities, the stronger your determination becomes. Over time, that inner belief transforms into the driving force that helps you achieve things you once thought were impossible. Self-doubt is one of the most dangerous barriers standing between you and your success. It does not come from the outside world alone, it grows quietly inside your own mind. It begins with small thoughts like, I am not good enough, I cannot do this, or what if I fail? And over time, these thoughts become beliefs that control your actions. When you start believing your own doubts, you begin to limit your potential without even realizing it. Many people lose opportunities not because they are incapable, but because they hesitate at the moment of action. They overthink, delay decisions, and wait for the perfect time that never comes. Self-doubt creates fear of judgment, fear of failure, and even fear of success. It convinces you that you are not ready, even when you are fully capable of taking the next step. This internal struggle can stop progress more than any external obstacle. To move forward, you must first recognize that self-doubt is not truth. It is just a collection of fears and assumptions that have no real power unless you give them attention. Every time you question yourself, you have the choice to challenge that thought instead of accepting it. Replace I cannot with I will try, and replace I am not ready with I am learning. This shift in thinking slowly weakens the control of doubt over your mind. Even successful people experience self-doubt, but they do not allow it to lead their decisions. They act despite uncertainty, knowing that confidence is built through experience, not before it. When you take action in the presence of doubt, you begin to prove to yourself that you are stronger than your fears. Each small step you take builds inner confidence. NCE and reduces the power of negative thoughts. Your mindset becomes the battlefield where your future is decided. And learning to silence self-doubt gives you control over your direction. Failure is often misunderstood as the end of the road, but in reality, it is one of the most powerful teachers in life. Every mistake you make carries a lesson that success alone can never give you. When things do not go as planned, it is easy to feel discouraged, but those moments are actually shaping your character, discipline, and resilience. No successful person has reached their goals without experiencing setbacks, rejection, or disappointment along the way. When you fail, you are not being stopped, you are being redirected. Each failure shows you what does not work, bringing you one step closer to what does. Instead of seeing failure as proof that you are not capable, you must begin to see it as feedback that helps you improve. The difference between those who give up and those who succeed is not talent, but attitude toward failure. One sees it as defeat, while the other sees it as information. Failure also tests your commitment. It reveals how badly you truly want your goals. Many people quit the moment they face difficulty, but those who believe in themselves keep going, even when results are not immediate. Growth happens in discomfort, and every struggle you go through is building strength that success requires. The most valuable lessons in life often come after the hardest moments. Failure teaches patience, humility, and persistence. It teaches you how to adjust your approach, refine your skills, and develop a stronger mindset. Instead of avoiding failure, successful people learn to move through it, understanding that every setback is temporary, but the lessons are permanent. When you begin to embrace failure rather than fear it, you unlock a new level of confidence. You stop being afraid of trying, and you start focusing on learning. Each failure becomes a stepping stone, guiding you closer to your goals and shaping you into a stronger, wiser, and more determined person. Fear often appears right before progress, and most people stop exactly at that moment. Taking action despite fear is what separates dreamers from achievers. Fear is a natural reaction when you step into something unknown, but it should never be the reason you stay stuck. If you wait for fear to disappear before you move, you may wait your entire life without ever starting. Many opportunities are lost, not because people are unqualified, but because they hesitate. They overthink outcomes, imagine worst-case scenarios, and convince themselves to delay action. In reality, confidence is not something you are born with, it is something you build through movement. Every time you take a step forward despite fear, you prove to yourself that fear does not control you. Action is the only way to turn uncertainty into clarity. You do not need to see the entire path before starting, you only need enough courage to take the next step. As you move forward, things begin to make sense, skills begin to develop, and confidence begins to grow. Fear loses its power when you refuse to let it decide your direction. Even the most successful people in the world started with fear. They were not fearless, they were willing. They understood that waiting for perfect conditions leads to missed opportunities. So they acted, learned, adjusted, and kept going. Their success was built on imperfect action, not perfect planning. Every small action you take builds momentum. The first step is always the hardest, but once you move, the journey becomes easier. Fear shrinks when faced with consistent effort. The more you act, the more your mind learns that challenges are not threats, but opportunities for growth. When you choose action over fear, you take control of your life. You stop being a spectator of your own dreams and become the person who actively builds them, one brave step at a time. Perfect. On is an illusion that keeps many people stuck in the same place for years. When you focus too much on doing everything perfectly, you delay action, miss opportunities, and put unnecessary pressure on yourself. In reality, growth does not come from perfection, it comes from consistent effort. Progress is what moves your life forward, even if each step feels small or imperfect. Many people wait until they feel fully ready before starting something new, but that moment of perfect readiness rarely arrives. Instead of launching their ideas, improving their skills, or chasing their goals, they stay trapped in preparation mode. The truth is, you become ready through action, not before it. Every attempt you make teaches you something new that preparation alone cannot provide. Focusing on progress means shifting your attention from where you want to be to how far you have already come. Even the smallest improvement is a sign of growth. Every day you learn something, improve something, or otherwise overcome something, you are moving forward. These small wins may seem insignificant in the moment, but over time they create massive transformation. When you stop chasing perfection, you also reduce fear. You become more willing to try new things, make mistakes, and learn from experience. This mindset gives you the freedom to start without overthinking and to continue without giving up easily. Progress allows you to stay consistent, and consistency is what builds real success. Every expert was once a beginner who refused to stop improving. They did not achieve greatness in one perfect moment, they built it step by step through repeated effort. Each attempt made them better than before, even when results were not immediate. When you embrace progress over perfection, you unlock long-term growth. You begin to understand that success is not about flawless execution, but about continuous movement forward, learning as you go, and becoming better than you were yesterday. Your future is not something that simply happens to you, it is something you actively create through your daily choices, habits, and mindset. Every decision you make today is shaping the direction of your tomorrow. When you believe in yourself, you stop waiting for life to change on its own and start taking responsibility for building the life you want. This shift in mindset turns you from a passive observer into an active creator of your destiny. Many people delay their dreams because they believe the right time will come later. They wait for better conditions, more money, more confidence, or more support. But the truth is, the perfect time never arrives. Life rewards those who take action with what they have right now, not those who wait endlessly for ideal circumstances. When you start working with what you have, where you are, you begin to unlock opportunities that were invisible before. Believing in yourself means trusting that your efforts today matter, even if results are not immediate. Every small step you take builds momentum. Every effort adds to your experience. Over time, these small actions create big changes that completely transform your path. The future is built quietly through consistency and persistence, not sudden miracles. When you take ownership of your life, you also take control of your direction. Instead of blaming situations, people, or timing, you focus on solutions and possibilities. This mindset gives you power because it keeps you moving forward even when things are difficult. You begin to see challenges as part of the process, not as reasons to stop. Ultimately, the life you dream of is already waiting on the other side of your action. When you believe in yourself enough to start, keep going, and refuse to give up, you gradually turn those dreams into reality and shape a future that reflects your effort, courage, and determination.